Hey guys, it's Steven from Hauppauge Computer Works here. Just playing a little bit of Forza 2 on my Xbox 360. I've got my HD PVR 2 Gaming Edition Plus set up to record my gameplay, and I've also got my webcam set up using our new FaceCam software to include my webcam in the video. So let's see here. I've got Hauppauge Capture running, and we're pretty much good to go. I'm playing a little Forza 2, as I mentioned before. Gonna be checking out some cars that I have in my garage. So let's go in there and check it out. The car that you're seeing right now is my favorite car in the entire game, the Ferrari FXX. Oh man, this thing is a maneuvering dream. I can take it up to any speed I want, and I can take any turn that I want. It really just, it's a masterful vehicle. Honestly, it's the master stroke of the entire game in my opinion. I've played a good amount of the game. I haven't, this is for those major Forza fans out there, I have not touched very much of the F1 campaign yet. If you check this out for a minute, just so I can clarify for those who are not familiar with this game, you can race in any car that you choose. Mind you, they have to meet certain category requirements, and you start at the proving grounds and work your way all the way up through regional championships, through factory spec, all the way up to endurance races. And these endurance races are absolutely insane. I've only mastered one set, and that was only because it had the Nuremberg track on it, and I just wanted to say I beat the Nuremberg. So I made that happen using a nice Porsche that I made. But we're going to go back for a second and just show you the F1 in the professional series is absolutely crazy. I've made it through most of these. Class A I just haven't gotten around to yet. I think I still need to make a car for that that's really going to be up to snuff. R3 is really tricky because I also don't have that many cars that I think would actually be able to meet my competition in that. Legends, obviously one car available in my garage right now. I'm not sure if that's even going to really cut it. It's crazy though. The level of competition is awesome. This was without a doubt one of the trickiest ones. I had a lot of fun with this though. And then R1, haven't touched it, haven't even unlocked it yet. Still not level 50. I'm level 48 as you can tell in the lower left hand corner. So let's see. Where is F1? I know it's somewhere around here. Yeah, this. I tried getting into this, and it absolutely blew my mind. I don't even know how somebody can function on a high enough awareness level to navigate the courses at such high speeds. It's just crazy. And the problem isn't necessarily the car or the track. It's the other competitors. It's actually when you're in a race with somebody and with all these other people, it's just too much to keep an eye on. There's so many collisions. I take pride in the fact that I've won every single race in this entire campaign list. Not every one, but every one that I've won, I've managed to do it with a clean bill of health for the car, which means that I get a small bonus at the end. You're awarded money for each race that you compete in, and you get certain bonuses for rarity. For example, if we go back to the car, this has a rarity bonus of 10, so it would give me a significant money bonus at the end of the race. You also get a financial bonus for not damaging the vehicle in the middle of a race, which is extremely enjoyable when you can actually pull it off. It's like, yeah, got off scotch-free, nice. But you know, sometimes you just fail at that. You gotta win the race anyways, and try it again without damaging the vehicle. I don't even think there's an achievement for it, but I just do it because I'm just crazy like that, I guess. But anyways, these are a few of my cars that I have in my garage. This car happened to win me the Nuremberg race by the skin of its teeth, and by teeth I mean tires. I didn't know how to to pit the vehicle, to actually get tires replaced and go back on the race. So I decided to just full on complete the race, same tires, and and it was absolutely insane. But yeah, managed to pull that off, and that was entertaining. It took forever though, and this vehicle is absolutely crazy. It's basically a paper airplane with a giant motor attached to it. But it's a lot of fun to drive and extremely maneuverable. This Porsche was phenomenal for my German series, or I should say European circuit. But I didn't really. I used this more of as an entry vehicle, just for certain competitions with Porsche for the most part. This Audi and this Audi are absolutely crazy. I don't know how to begin with them, so I'm just going to skip over them for now. The Audi TT, this was my first real reach for what you could do in the art department with the decals, which is a lot of fun. And this is more of a Tron-inspired design, because the rounded edges, the front and the rear of this vehicle, reminded me a lot of the Tron's, the bikes that they were using in Tron. So I figured I'd give it a shot and try and make my own kind of stylized version of the Audi TT. I have a couple of other cars like this. I'll show you as I go along. But I've got the Lamborghini Miura. I think I actually got this with an expansion that they released, which was really neat. That and the Audi Quattro, the original Quattro. And this is a cool car. I've only driven it a little bit. It's actually a little bit quieter than I had thought it would be for a Lamborghini, but man, it's sexy looking. And then we've got the Shelby Cobra, of course, one of my lucky numbers there. And let's see here. What to say about this car? Relatively fast, given it's really more just used as a specific entry vehicle, trying to get into a very particular set of races and acquire the goal and get the gold medal, which is really fun. But you also have to be really specific about how you run the operation. You got to make sure you're in that A bracket or like B bracket sometimes. It really depends on the horsepower of the vehicle, and you can find that all by toggling and finding out more information about it. Let's see here. Here we have my Ferrari 330 P4 from 1967. I added a little artistic flair on the sides there, because I like the lines that they have. This nice jagged line that tapers off in the back. So I figured I'd exemplify that with the decal of the Italian flag. Just some colors there. Could be Irish too. I guess you could kind of make that orange, I suppose. But yeah, this was like my first Italian series, and this was a big win for me, actually. It was a huge competition with Ferrari, and I think I won it utilizing the talents of my Ferrari FXX, which is a stealth fighter. It's the absolute, I don't have words. I don't have words for this car. It's just perfect. And then Chevrolet Camaro with a nice bumblebee touch on the back there. Very cool little nod to the Transformers movies, which the first one had come out right in the middle of me playing this game. So that takes it back a ways to when I first started playing this. And there's the Sport Quattro, as I said before. A nice little fun car to race around in certain series. I decided to soup it up like crazy. Same with this Challenger. I kind of went Dukes of Hazzard on this one, trying to kind of harken back to that old show. And then the Jaguar. Oh man, this is the Austin Powers. It's pretty much the Shagmobile, I believe, is what it's referred to. But yeah, this took a while. I had to get the lines just right, so I got the Union Jack on there. But I think it came out fantastic. It works so nice with the shape of the vehicle, and it came out just to be a lot of fun to look at, not to drive. It is a horribly driven car. It's not fun to race in at all. That being said, this is absolutely insane to race in due to the acceleration buffs that I've given it. It's almost impossible to corner with this vehicle the way that I have it now. You have to be very, very specific about how you're handling this vehicle when actually racing with it. It's at this point more just for the fun of it. I normally have to tone it down and install like less serious components in it just to be able to compete. This is hands down one of my fastest cars in the game. There is a Corvette that's faster, and I'll show you that next. Well, actually in a minute, because this is my S5. This I competed in for the most part, gave it those nice carbon fiber accents back and on the front, on the hood, just to kind of honor its racing legacy with me in particular, because it's just won me so many races, which I just found to be so much fun. It's really a fantastic vehicle. Purchased the lightest rims for it, and they look pretty sweet on there. And man, there's not enough I could say about this vehicle. It just, the exhaust alone sounds so fine. I'm gonna actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test drive it right now and show you what I mean, because this thing just sounds awesome. I'm gonna try and load a smaller map for you guys, because the load times on the 360 can take a while. But yeah, you know, if you guys have any comments for me on how you like the videos, or you don't like the videos, certain aspects of it that you think I should change, feel free to comment in the Facebook post or on Twitter, wherever, because I like to hear your feedback. I want to make sure I'm giving you guys some good videos. But yeah, have a listen to this. That's just fun to do. Alright, so that is one hell of an exhaust. So this has been my favorite car to drive pretty much the whole game. It was an extreme challenge, especially around competition like this. I'm gonna actually quit this. Hey, don't knock my car into the wall. Silly computer. But yeah, I'm gonna load this up. Basically, the car that was the most challenging to beat in the entire game was this one. It actually ended up being the prize car, but this was a ridiculous competition. I basically had the S5, and I was trying to beat this vehicle. Couldn't quite soup up my vehicle enough, didn't have enough money, was very early on in my career, and eventually, after like 10 tries, I finally beat this vehicle and won it, and then souped it up, went crazy with it. And it's a fun racer, don't get me wrong, but this thing, just listening to it and driving it, it's just such a fun experience. What's not as fun is the R8, and I think that's based on its weight. I think that the way that they were simulating how this thing drives, they really went supercar with it, but at the same time, you know, it took a lot of souping up to bring it up to the standards of even this Audi. So there were some, honestly, this was an add-on car. This was one of those things that they kind of included in the game as a separate package, along with that Quattro that I mentioned earlier. And you know, while it's beautiful and I love the R8 in real life, I feel like they could have just done more with this car's image. It just really looks like they didn't put as much work into the actual 3D modeling as they could have. But given this is an older game, so I guess I am also kind of cross-comparing this stuff versus the new games that indelibly leave an impact on your, you know, your opinion of graphics overall. But this when it came out and when I was playing it was just so gorgeous. The reflections, the sounds, the maps were all so fun to play and all enjoyable to experience. So I'm just gonna quickly go through and try and find some of the hidden gems in my garage here. I've got a lot, and I mean a lot of cars in this list, so you'll just have to be patient with me for a moment. I can find some really interesting ones. This, for example. The music stopped just in time, because it's just about as awkward as this vehicle. Because, I mean, first of all, look at it. Admittedly, in its own way, very kind of 90s cool, but at the same time, just kind of felt like I was driving a Duplo car around, you know? So, very awkward car to drive that. And then, let's see, this was like it was kind of a bummer prize, honestly. The Lexus didn't really perform the way I wanted it to. Dulux Super is always a great drive, always fun and entertaining, and enjoyable to soup up as well. I feel like I didn't even dip nearly as much as I wanted to into the customization of most of these cars, but this is one where I didn't hold back. This Saab, I went a little crazy and added some tire tracks to it, and just really had a fun time in this car when I got to compete with it, and I figured I'd make it nice and interesting looking for our races. Man, that was fun. This Tuscan. This car is a confusing mess. If you look at the back here, actually, you can see there's one red light and one white light on the very bottom there next to the exhaust. Just a little interior inside from the exhaust, and I always wondered why that was the case, and I never really found out. Maybe it's a racing kind of rule or something like that, but this thing is, I mean, I'll be honest, I've never gotten to see a TVR in real life, but this is an interesting vehicle. I mean, say what you want, but the shape design is just the trim, the way that it runs, very unique vehicle. Always enjoyed that. This thing is a little rocket ship. Honestly, it belongs on Neptune. This thing is just crazy. What a little weird contraption. And then the Dulux Supra had a fun time souping this thing up for a while. Just really enjoyable handling. Of course, gotta have your nice green DB Aston Martin DB9. I love the sound of this car's exhaust. It's fantastic, and the feeling. This was actually one of the first really expensive vehicles that I purchased in this game, and it paid off immensely. So much fun. Let's see here. Tricked this BMW out. Went a little crazy with that. Kept the rims though. Really enjoyed how it looked on the car. Nice little Camaro SS. This was like my first dip into the American sector, I think. Went on to win a Shelby. Or was this the first car that No, yeah, I unlocked this. And then the Shelby, the newer Shelby, I should say. Another Supra. The original concept car for the Dodge Challenger. Man, it makes you feel old when you see 2006 next to that and you remember when it came out. It's just nuts. And then nice fun design to this Golf GTI. Just figured I'd kind of add a little flavor to it while I'm racing it, and it's kind of a weird little design, but it's really very simplistic. But I kind of enjoyed it. This Ferrari is, as most Ferraris go, pretty crazy, and I don't even think I toyed around with the inside components at all. I might have made it lighter. I might have changed the weight of this vehicle a bit. But another cool gull-wing coupe here. This one's very stylistically colored, I like to think. I think I matched the color quite well. And then, let's see here, the Bentley. I kind of G'd out on this one and just went crazy. I really liked how the orange and the black looked together in the front. And let's see, the Nissan, awesome awesome car. Didn't really get to compete much with it, but it's a lot of fun. This I competed in a ton in the Japanese department. Well, actually, I should say the Asian department. Just a lot of Asian racing with this. So much fun. Let's see, what else? Oh, my Diablo. This thing. Whew. I like the little, like, flame tribal accents that I added to this. I thought it was apropos for the name of the vehicle, and just, oh, man. This is hands down my favorite Lamborghini in the whole series of different vehicles that they produced. The Diablo just is amazing. I love the shape. I love the accents that they have in the windows, the way that it just, the shape is extraordinary. And let's see here, the Batmobile here. We got, this is probably my fastest car. I don't even think my F1 cars can go as fast as this vehicle is able to go. The only problem with that is that it's pretty much uncontrollable. I have no way of actually turning this vehicle. It's basically a rocket attached to a shuttle, attached to a missile, and there's no steering wheel. No, there is a steering wheel, but it just doesn't seem to work when I'm at even half gas. So best we leave that in the garage, but it is absolutely crazy. Another fun car that I made, some additions to, was this Porsche Carrera. Let's see, this is kind of a cool concept car that I never really messed around with too much, but I thought it was really interesting. Huge taillights, just kind of obnoxious actually, but I thought it was pretty interesting to have in the game as an expansion no less. But now we're getting into some really crazy cars. We're talking about the Ford, which sounds amazing, the Ferrari Enzo, which I think I had to have a bunch of other Ferraris to be able to buy this one. I know that's the case in real life, but I can't actually remember the circumstance that brought about me owning this vehicle. It's kind of a mystery. Saline, this thing is absurd. Not even gonna get into this GT at the moment. It's just incredible. And then the rest are just really good decaled out race cars that I've won or I've competed in and won matches with. But all in all of these cars are just absolutely crazy. And I've been trying as hard as I can to unlock and buy every car that they offer. And my latest addition was this Zonda, which was incredibly expensive. I think it was somewhere in the price range of 200 grand, maybe even 250. But it took a while to reach that goal, that financial goal. I think I had to do like 20 Euro style races to really get up to the point where I could purchase it. But haven't even tried it yet, so let's give this a try. Actually, let's get in the car and test drive it, and then I'll show you guys the difference between this and the Ferrari, the first Ferrari that I showed you, the FXX. So let's see here. I'm actually gonna just test drive this vehicle just so that it's a little bit faster. Okay, hit and start and A are the same thing here. So let me just test drive. Let's just do this map real quick as a simple little visual for you guys, and also you get to hear what the Zonda sounds like. Let's see here. Alright, map is loaded up. Let's see what we can do here. So there's the car, this is the racetrack, and let's do it. got a weird weight ratio. It feels like it handles very well. I really like the sound of it. Oh. I'm very rusty. Have any suggestions for me? Any cars you want to see me drive? Any suggestions for a challenge, perhaps? I'd love to take you up on it. And I'd love to hear your suggestions for any kind of new videos featuring Forza or any other games. Alright. And that lap was in 1 minute 49 seconds. So let's see if I can do any better with. So, mind you, I did have that incident where I fell off the track, so let's subtract maybe 20 seconds from it. So, 129 for a lap time. And let's switch cars here. Where are you? There it is. Test drive the Ferrari. And we'll just wait for the map to load. This is hands down my favorite car. It's just amazing. All right. That range. So this thing is insanely fast, very easy to control. I just slipped up on that last turn, but this is quite the vehicle. If you plan on this is a little bit of advice based on my experience. If you end up being able to afford or obtain this Ferrari, the Ferrari FXX, early on in your campaign, get it. Just get it. It's gonna work out for you no matter what other choices you make. It's just gonna be amazing. All right, so basically I've shown you around most of my garage, and I hope you liked it. I hope you liked the variety of vehicles that I had on display there. I'm gonna be sure to take these cars into some races now and have a lot of fun, and you'll see a bunch of recordings coming out featuring a bunch of my cars and also a couple of new cars that I'll try to unlock as I continue on with this campaign. Unfortunately, there aren't a lot of people who actually compete in multiplayer on this game anymore, which is okay with me. I never really got too deep into the multiplayer, but you know, if you guys suggest it and you guys have Forza 2 and you want to race me, I would love to race somebody. That would be a lot of fun. So if you guys want to get involved in that, feel free to pass us a message, and I'll be sure to reply to you. Anyways, thanks for watching my video. Be sure to check out the Hauppauge HD PVR2 Gaming Edition Plus, and also our new FaceCam software in Hauppauge Capture. Alright, thanks for watching.